This is weird. I haven't made a video in quite a while, actually. I think my last video was actually about transfers on the 30th of December. Been well over a month since I've last made a video about Sunderland. I mean, to be fair, we all know just how much of a fucking shambles the last month has been. But, yeah, hopefully February is a little bit better. I'm not going to make a match review for the Borough game. I'm probably going to start game of the reviews against Plymouth next week. But yeah, into this video I thought let's go over our January signings, our departures, and what we probably should have done otherwise in the window, because I think a lot of people probably say this was probably a pretty underwhelming transfer window. I'd say probably a 5 out of 10 was probably the thing I would give it. Because I think the signings we made were more necessary signings rather than improvements on the actual team. But I'll get into that in just a little bit. So first I'm going to talk about the 6 players who left Sunderland this window, whether that's on loan or permanent. Only one permanent transfer went out, and that was, of course, Alex Pritchard being the main talking point. Obviously, as we've known pretty much since the start of the season, Pritchard, this was going to be his last season as a Sunderland player. I just don't think many of us expected it to end now, basically, and the whole transfer debacle with him was a weird one. I don't think we'll truly know the insides of it. Obviously, during that rough patch under Beale, Pritchard probably was our shining star, if you want to put it that way. Also, he wasn't brilliant, he was the only player who actually gave a shit. The game against Newcastle definitely sticks out to me as the only player who actually tried, which, you could tell the players just weren't really all there, really. So yeah, Pritchard did well, but then just the whole thing about him just refusing to play definitely turned a lot of fans, including myself, opinions on him. Fair enough, we know your relationship between you and the club isn't great, but at the end of the day, you don't fucking just down tools and just refuse to play. It just doesn't look great. And to be fair, I think a lot of people in the end just couldn't care less about Pritchard leaving. Obviously, he did go to Birmingham in the end, reuniting with Tony Mowbray, which was a weird one, because Mowbray never fucking played Pritchard while he was here. So why he wanted them at Birmingham, I don't know. But he obviously made his debut yesterday against West Brom. Was brought off at half time, so who knows. Next up was Jack Diamond, and obviously he's been out of action for around a year now, obviously for reasons that we all know. He was then loaned out to Carlisle, which was funny because I think it was the beginning of last season he was linked with a move to Carlisle. So yeah, so obviously they were back in from again, and to be fair, I don't think he's obviously he hasn't played at all yet. I don't think he's really trained. So yeah, he's now back alone with Carlisle, and to be fair, again, he's another one who, to be fair, probably should be looking to move on. He just, even when we were in League One, he didn't really look anything special. And I can't remember if he's out of contract in the summer or not, but if he is, just let him go. He's not exactly going to make a real stamp on this team. So, I know he's a youth academy graduate, but, it is what it is. Juice Bennett, again, another one who's not really been in action this season. Obviously, played in the early game, obviously that game against Southampton, the main one where he truly made his stand. Obviously that pretty snazzy assist for Chris Riggs' goal, where he did the 3 pirouettes and then just fucking crossed it in. Hasn't been seen since. Again, reasons we don't really know why. Obviously, again, some of the Pritchard has been a little bit of a falling out behind the scenes, and I mean, to be fair, he probably should have been playing more than what he has been. Obviously, there have been times this season where we just had not been good enough on the wings. We definitely could have done with someone like Juice Bennett, who likes to get involved. He likes to make things happen. And he's gone out on loan to Greece, which if it's not a bad loan move. Obviously, was heavily linked with a move to Hibs, which obviously we'll talk about more in a little bit. But he's gone on loan to Greece. I think he was in the squad yesterday. Again, wasn't brought on. Have to wait and see how that one pans out. Jay Matete as well, obviously had a big injury for the first half of the season, which is why he wasn't really featuring that much. Shouts for him to come back in the squad, and to be fair, probably wouldn't have heard from him to come back. He's gone out on loan to Oxford. Again, made his debut yesterday, came off the bench around 89 minutes. Yeah, Oxford team are fighting for promotion in League One. Not a bad move. Obviously, he got promoted with Plymouth last season. Does have to win, see whether or not he makes a time there. Again, another one who you think, is he ever going to really get into this team? Although some people may think he probably should. Whether or not he actually will is a whole other thing. And then finally, we've got next Triantis, who again for like last week or so was rumoured with a loan move away. He did join Hibs on loan on deadline day. Again, another good move. He hasn't been playing much. Obviously, he's not really had a chance to really get into the in the back four. Obviously, Ballard on 9's been our partnership from game one, and then obviously you got Jensen Sealt as well, third choice, and then obviously you got people ahead of Triantis as well. You probably are going to put probably at least in Humus centre off before you really get to Triantis. So yeah, he hasn't really had a chance to play. Obviously, he's gone out on loan to Hibs. Made his debut yesterday. Was starting. He started the game yesterday against for Hibs. Didn't exactly go to plan, but it's only one game. However, he wasn't the only person to go to Hibs. Eliezer Mayanda, which kind of came out of nowhere. This was definitely a very out of the blue departure. Obviously, he joined Nectar at Hibs very late, very, very late on deadline day. And then when people saw him going out on loan, you think, oh, are we going to bring in a striker or not? And then literally, I think like 10 minutes later, obviously the club was like, okay, we're done. Screw you lot. So they were our departures again. I think they were all necessary departures. Obviously, most of them are going out on loan. One was a departure which we kind of saw happening as well. So yeah, that all happened. Let's move on to the 3 players we did sign. To be fair, it was a pretty quiet window for everybody in England. I think it was like a record low spent in the Premier League. I think only £2 million was spent in the Premier League, which is man. I think the only other time that's really happened was during COVID, and again that was during COVID. And of course that obviously did affect the Championship as well, which again, I think it was going into last week where like almost half of the teams hadn't signed anybody. So that was that. First player brought in Leo Helder from Leeds. Again, a very necessary signing. Obviously, we've got 3 left backs all out injured. Huggins, Sirkin, and Alicia all out injured. We need to bring him in. And to be fair, made his debut against Borough. Pretty impressed. Obviously, first half a little bit iffy, but second half very, very good stuff. Romain Mundel as well from Standard Liège. A lot of Spurs fans, obviously used to play for Spurs, came from the academy. A lot of Spurs fans are liking the look of him. Whether or not he's going to be the Jack Clark replacement, because I think we've all gathered that Clark is going to be away in the summer. Mundel, obviously I think Isaac Lahaji was meant to be the original replacement for Clark, but obviously the Qatari money was just way too much to say no to. And Mundel coming in, obviously didn't play today, but looks pretty promising from what we can see of what we've seen of him from like clips and whatnot. But that's that. And Callum Styles was rumoured a few weeks ago actually, but then it seemed as though that move had kind of stagnated a little bit. But that's now obviously I did get over the line on deadline day. Kind of like an inverted fucking. He's kind of like a modern day like Alaba or Lam, but obviously nowhere near as fucking good as them do. But that sort of play where he can play. His natural position is a number 6, but obviously can play as left back if needed. Barnsley fans apparently had obviously Styles made it obviously clear from the start he didn't want to obviously from the summer that he obviously wanted away from Barnsley. Got his wish in the end. It is currently a loan to buy, but I think we are going to pick him up anyway in the summer. But it's just nothing special really. This window, was it? Nothing special. Obviously Styles he's had appendix surgery, so he's not going to be starting for a little bit. So yeah, brill. Now moving on to our missed opportunities. Now obviously this is where the main focal talking points were throughout this whole month of the missed opportunities in the transfer window. First one, most obvious one, a striker. Rusin, Hemaya, Burstow, and 4 strikers brought in the summer. None of them really hit the ground running. Obviously, I know Rusin scored his second goal for us today against Borough. Very, very good goal, by the way. And obviously, Burstow scored last week against Stoke. But other than that, they haven't really hit the ground running. And there's a whole debate about, obviously, they're not really getting the service, which is true to not. However, they also, and especially with Burstow and Hamida not really making those runs that they should be, not really getting like accurate positions, and yeah, it has been great off strike, obviously, and again, another big focal point that they're all inexperienced, and obviously we were heavily linked with 2 strikers in this window. But McCordy Langstaff was one of them, obviously currently in Notts County, former Gateshead lad, obviously doing very well with Notts County, obviously last year in the National League scoring 40 plus goals, all from open play, which is just insane. He's also doing very well in League 2 this season as well. Obviously would have been quite a hefty step up, but I think probably would have been worth the risk, especially only at 1.5 million as well. Not too bad. And goes the main one. I think our main striker target was Kiefer Moore. Obviously, Bournemouth in the Premier League, he's on a Premier League wage, and I think that probably was the main stumbling block. Obviously, Bournemouth as well were fucking screwing everybody around as well. It was only really the last few days where Bournemouth were like, okay, you know what, we're going to let you go out on loan. Obviously, it was mostly between us, Cardiff and Ipswich. Obviously, Ipswich had some striker crisis, obviously themselves, so he had a couple of injuries there, especially with George Hurst getting injured as well. And obviously Broadhead being more preferred as a winger type player, so they're looking for another striker. Obviously brought in I think from fucking Blackburn, completely forgot his name. Gallagher, Sam Gallagher, that was the one. Christ fucking mighty. Yeah, they brought him from Blackburn, and once they brought him, you're thinking, you know what, surely not gonna did they bring in Gallagher? Never mind, I'm lying apparently, right. So yeah, they brought in Al Hamadi from Wimbledon. They're thinking, okay, sure, you're not going to go for another one, but they did. Obviously, they've got the financial power, which we supposedly have. But yeah, they brought Moore in, obviously bringing £30,000 a week, which I'm still a little bit iffy about. I mean, obviously, I guess I know he scored a brace against Preston yesterday, but obviously they ended up losing the game anyway. But for me, I think in the Championship, £30,000 a week for a player on a 6-month loan, it's risky. And obviously, if Ipswich get promoted, obviously it'll pay off. But the fact that they're now currently 4th, and with the financial power that Southampton, Leeds, and Leicester all have, you know, you're thinking, I don't know. But again, it was there. Ahmad as well, a massive one. Obviously, he was injured the first half of the season, so he wasn't available in the summer. But yeah, obviously, quite a few United players were loaned out in this window. Ahmad, I think down to Ahmad, and I think it's Palistri who it was. Down to them two, obviously, he then went out to Granada in La Liga. So yeah, Ahmad didn't quite go through in the end, which I think, according to speaking, Beale would tried absolutely hardest to get Ahmad, and it's just United didn't know, which is weird because once again, obviously, he didn't play against Newport in the cup last week. It didn't play today against West Ham, so is Ten Hag really going to use Ahmad? That's twice now he hasn't really played. You know, you think, you know, he probably could have benefited from having another 6 months here where, you know, he's playing regularly, but it is what it is. And another one, some experience, obviously, again. It's obviously from October onwards, hasn't really been that great. And yeah, we desperately needed some sort of experience, because obviously, you know, it's obvious that, you know, once we were getting 1 or 2 goals down, but the head was just dropping, and it wasn't great. But yeah, we needed some experience, and we didn't quite get that in this window. But again, I mean, to be fair, Hill and Styles both have experience in the championship, so it's not that bad, I suppose. But yeah, again, I think again the word they use for this window is underwhelming. Without a doubt, definitely could have done with a striker, but you know, Rooston, we gave Rooston a good run of games because we haven't done that yet. Obviously, I don't know why he was dropped in the first place, but yeah, Rooston got his goal again today. You know, if we give him a good run, if we keep giving him a good run of games, I'm actually fucking give him proper service, because out of the 3 strikers, Rooston's the one who actually does make the good runs and actually does get in the good areas. If we give him a good run of games, there's no reason at all why we can't, you know, play him out. But again, it is what it is. But that guy is going to be it for this video, a little bit of a longer one, you know, just actually going over our window. 15 games left to go now. It's weird. We're getting into the important part of the season now, which is crazy to think about, but here we are. So yeah, back to normal now, hopefully. Plymouth at home next week. Could be an interesting one. Obviously, they got their first away win of the season yesterday against Swansea, so they've broken that duck. But yeah, that's going to be it from me. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you next time.